Welcome to the Zono Sports Show, where you know Zonos. The NFL playoffs are close this time of year. We know when it gets cold and chilly outside, there's postseason play that is about to arrive. Now, who is still in it? The NFL weekend, it was interesting. Now, the first big story of the weekend, of course, was Marvin Lewis is leaving the Bengals after so many seasons, 10-plus seasons there as the Bengals head coach. They never do anything in the playoffs, so I understand why Marvin Lewis maybe says, you know what, maybe it is time. It's, this relationship has never worked. I'm surprised the Bengals haven't ever fired Marvin Lewis. I think Marvin Lewis is a fantastic coach, great guy. However, he's consistently not delivered the cheese. Plain and simple. So why has he been with the Bengals this long? I've always said that there's some conspiracy, that he has something on ownership. So this is why he maybe leaves on his own terms and says, you know what? I know I've got this dirt behind me and I've got it underneath the covers, but I'm not going to bring it out. I'm just going to say, you know what? I'm going to leave. However, that's just a conspiracy theory. But the Bengals, they definitely got to make a change, especially the simple fact that this year's not their year and they've got all that talent. They lost to the Vikings the other day, got blown out, and I'm just not used to seeing the Bengals lose 42-7 with an AJ Green. Andy Dalton is not working out. Is it him or is it the coaching staff? Because a few years ago we were saying this guy could be an all-time great, the Red Rifle. We don't even mention his nickname anymore. So it was time, Cincy fans. Don't be too salty about it. They've never won in Minnesota, surprisingly, the Bengals. They're 0-6 all-time in Minnesota. But the Vikings, Case Keenum, that unit has got it done all year. That's why they clinched the NFC North with this win on Sunday. And I look forward to seeing what the Vikings do in the playoffs because there's some good teams in the NFC this year, especially with the Rams and the Eagles lurking around there. The Jaguars blew out the Texans, clinched the AFC South. This is the first playoff appearance for them since 2007. Since MJD was there, Maurice Jones-Drew. Isn't that something? It's taken all these years and all these decent running backs to pass through Jacksonville for them to finally get another playoff appearance. And I say decent running backs because they haven't had running backs the likes of Leonard Fournette. He has reshaped that offense. And Blake Bortles, I think he's got a little bit more swag because he's playing with a guy in Leonard Fournette who can get the job done on the ground. So it takes pressure and alleviates the passing game. So look out for Jacksonville in the playoffs. They play tough defense. That's why they call it Saxonville. That's why they call them Saxonville, because that defensive line, they're number one in the league, I want to say, in turnovers maybe. If not turnovers, it's sacks, either or. Might have missed that stat. But I will say, Saxonville, they do have a top defense in the NFL. Now, Aaron Rodgers came back the other day, played against Cam Newton and the Panthers. They shut down him after this game. They shut down Aaron Rodgers after this game because his collarbone, it's really fragile, and the Packers have been eliminated from playoff contention. So why would you continue to send Aaron Rodgers out there, who is your franchise quarterback, and he's 33? So I'm not going to keep risking this man's health if we obviously couldn't get it done. And I really wish they wouldn't have brought him back in the first place because theoretically they were already mathematically eliminated by just the sheer numbers of the entire situation. So there's no way that you were actually going to beat the Panthers, the Vikings, and then the Lions, unless the Lions and Vikings rest everybody because they've already clinched. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers is on IR, which he should be. The Patriots beat the Steelers late 27-24. Gronk, he's back. He was suspended the week before. 9 receptions, 168 yards against the Steelers. The Killer Bees, however, they could be a source that could actually be the formula to beat this New England Patriots team. If Gronk plays like this, though, every single game, I don't think that the Patriots are a team that anybody can just willy-nilly beat. However, Antonio Brown, he needs to stay healthy, and he wasn't able to do that the other night. He tore his calf muscle, but he's expected to be back for the playoffs. So I guess that's not a super serious injury that requires extensive surgery. However, they're going to need Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Martavis Bryant, Chris Boswell, Ben Roethlisberger to all show up if they expect to be able to compete with the Patriots in an AFC Championship game. Because that interception at the end, Big Ben, it looked like you just said, jackpot, I'm trying to get out of here, let's do something crazy. And you threw an interception in the end zone to Juju Smith-Schuster across the middle when you had plenty of time after Le'Veon Bell's big run to go ahead and kick a field goal. So why would you do that, Big Ben? I'm not particularly sure. Maybe you're ready to be done with the game, but that stuff right there, that'll get you benched. Ask Eli Manning. Cowboys are now. Oh, one thing I want to touch on about the Patriots before we move on. Tom Brady's trainer, Alex Guerrero, was stripped of his Patriots privileges by Bill Belichick. Now, maybe that's because more than half of the Patriots roster, a lot of that roster is now messing around with TB12, the facility. And so I can understand why Bill Belichick would say, hey, man, you can't come around the facility anymore because you messing with the training staff's money. So I can't blame Bill Belichick. And I know Tom Brady's probably salty. Does this make the relationship between Bill Belichick and Tom Brady any frosty? I don't know. Maybe so. We shall see. Because he is Tommy B's trainer, right? Cowboys now are 8-6, but they got Jerry Juice. Now, what do I mean by Jerry Juice on their side? Gene Steratore, the other night, there's a first down. The Cowboys could have gotten it, might have gotten it, but to measure, Gene Steratore pulls out a double-folded piece of paper, sticks it between the ball, and says, first down. And everybody on TV at home, the commentators, we all said, what was that? Is that how we determine first downs now? By measuring with a piece of paper, with the football and then the measuring? Like, is that what we do? Is that we put the paper against the chains against... No, that's not how you measure. They need to come up with a better way to determine how first down was gotten or achieved and show that to us, because this paper stuff, I was not feeling it. And every play counts in football. It's a game of inches. So what happens at the end of the game because of a simple play like that? And I'm saying there's a lot of plays that contribute to it. But at the end of the game, Derek Carr running to score gets hit in the back by Jeff Heathcote and fumbles out of the back of the end zone. And a lot of people saying, oh, they should change this rule because he's trying to make a scoring play. No, that's called good football. Great play by Jeff Heathcote. And Derek Carr got to hold on to the football. The Raiders are done. Cowboys should still be alive. Just like the Falcons flew away from the Bucs on Monday night, 9-5, they are alive more so than the Dallas Cowboys at 8-6. Zeke Elliott, I know you salty back at the crib, bro. But Zeke is eligible to play now, but I think it's too little too late. They might as well put him on IR too. Rest him for the rest of the year. Kobe Bryant is a GOAT. The other night, the 18-time All-Star, 5-time champ, both jerseys were retired by the Lakers, number 8 and number 24. And he talked about how number 24 had something that number 8 didn't have. Number 8 had something that number 24 didn't have, which was hair. And we get that, Kobe, but the one thing I'll say 24 had is 24 had a will that was not like number 8. Number 8 had a lot of fun out there, but 24 had something to prove because there were a lot of things that were said about number 8. So when 24 came along, he made sure that he redefined who 24 was and just wanted to show that, hey, number 8's cool, but 2 times 4, I'm twice the player. So I definitely respect Kobe. He spans 2 generations, all-time great. If you talk about that Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant debate, we can have it all day because they're both ballers and they're both GOATs in their own right. Warriors beat the Lakers in overtime, though, and Kobe left probably because he's like, hey, I used to do this overtime stuff. I don't want to sit here and watch it. So I understand. However, that Warriors team, they won't have Chef Curry. He won't play on on Christmas Day against the Warriors. That'll be a big game to watch. Can LeBron and KD, can they make it something fun for us to watch on TV on Christmas Day? Will either team blow either team out? I don't know. I think they both got things they need to fix right now, so this could be a pretty good game on Christmas Day. Isaiah Thomas, he's going to get G League reps soon in Canton, the Canton G League affiliate of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So if they get him back in January, can we see that team? Can we see it form into the championship juggernaut that we thought it would be when they put this whole thing together before the season, adding Dwayne Wade, Isaiah Thomas, Derrick Rose? Can they still do that? We will have to see. And the Rockets, they play the Thunder on Christmas Day. I'm looking forward to seeing that game. Rockets are undefeated with Chris Paul averaging 115 points. The Thunder have had chemistry issues all year, but you get Melo, PG, and Russell Westbrook on Christmas Day in the Chesapeake Bay Arena. Who knows what could happen? So I'm looking forward to seeing that night game as well. Now moving along to bowl season, the bowls are underway in college football. Last night, the Boca Raton Bowl was dominated by FAU 50-3 versus Akron. Lane Kiffin signed a new 10-year deal, and that's going to stretch through 2027. And the president just simply came out and said, hey, this guy knows how to appeal to a 17-year-old kid and not a 60-year-old man. So we here at FAU, we support him, we like it, and we want to keep him. And I totally respect what they're doing, because a new 10-year deal through 2027 lets me know that they expect Lane to take this program to magnificent heights. I mean, not anything short of things that are unprecedented in that area in Boca Raton. A level of college football that they've never seen in that part of Florida. And I think Lane Kiffin can do the recruiting and get those kids in there, the kids that want to play right away. Now, sit down. Be humble. Kendrick Lamar performing at halftime of the national championship game. Make sure you check that out. I'm watching that. Free concert on TV. Let's get it, Kendrick. I really look forward to Christmas Day. There's going to be a lot of games the next couple days and over the weekend. And I look forward to always talking with you all. Make sure you keep watching Zono Sports Show. And I love giving you the juice, because when you watch the Zono Sports Show, you know Zonos.